Good morning, boys and girls. And we're back to those wacky shoes. Today, our objective is that we are going to describe in depth the setting of the story by drawing inferences from the text. So, just like we did when we were drawing inferences about the character's traits, we're going to do the same thing with setting. So, today, how I set this up is we're going to be looking at different details we're going to find in the text, and then we're going to come up with a conclusion about the setting of this story. So let's take a look at sentence 2. Sentence 2 says, remember we're on part 3 of the ELA packet, and we're on those wacky shoes. So sentence 2. I bought some shoes at a thrift shop downtown. Just looking at that one sentence, I can see that they use the word downtown, just like New Bedford has a downtown, where there's lots of shops and restaurants and thrift stores. So I'm going to write downtown. And I found that in sentence 2. Now I dropped my paper, so I have to pick it up. I'm going to jump down to sentence 4. Sentence 4. The shoes walked me up Main Street, nice and slow. After a few blocks, they turned my feet left up Pine Street. So there's lots of clues in what I just read there. I heard names of streets. I also heard blocks. Blocks makes me think of what? A city. If that's what you said, you're absolutely right. It makes me think of neighborhoods, a city that has blocks. If you were in the country, there would be long roads. They don't really have blocks. So I'm going to write names of streets and blocks. You see how we're finding the information while we're reading? Let's jump down to 10. We turned up a dirt path, heading straight for a huge oak tree. So I'm thinking it's down a little path now. It makes me think that this area has some trees in it. What places can you think of that has trees? That you have to walk a little path maybe to. I'm thinking I live near Buttonwood Park. There's a path through the park. So I'm going to put down park because that's what it makes me think of. So sentence 10, I'm going to write the word park. Let's look at sentence 16. It says, I started yelling since I was in the middle of nowhere. I started yelling. He's up in the tree at this time. So I'm thinking, again, he's like in an area where he's looking around and he might not see too many people walking around. So I'm thinking, again, like a big park. Maybe he's in a tree in the middle of the park somewhere. Let's look at sentence 16 now. Sentence 16. I started yelling Since I was in the middle of nowhere, I had to yell for what seemed like 100 years. Finally, a kid rode up on his bike. So he's not really in the middle of nowhere if someone's riding his bike. So I'm going to say kid riding a bike. So there's a kid riding a bike right now, past him. So I want you to think and look at sentences 19 and 24. And I wonder tomorrow if you'll come up with the same clues that I found. So look up sentence 19 and sentence 24. And see if you came up with the same conclusions as I did. That's it for today. See you tomorrow. Bye.